One spade, two spades, all pass. One spade pass, two spades, pass, pass, pass. So it's our lead. What is lead? Well, not that, right? Let's try this one. It doesn't mean that stands out. Partner. How do I do this one? The partner plays the ace. And the king. And then 10 of clubs here. This one plays the jack. We win the queen. Now what? So now what are we leaving? Take the ace, or do we leave something else? Play the ace in another club. When they led to 10? Yeah, they could have a doubleton 10. That would give this one, what? 5 clubs. If our partner has a doubleton, this one has 5 clubs, 5 spades, and 2 hearts. You think that's what it is? We haven't caught the whole key to this yet. What about hearts? Who has what in hearts? Do you know who has what in hearts? You should know. Remember how the first 2 tricks went? It went 4 of hearts, 6 of hearts, ace of hearts, king of hearts, and then a club. So what is your partner having hearts, and what does it declare having hearts?
Somebody has 4. One of them has 4.
Well, they could have one each, could they? Could they have one each?
Oh, 1 each.
Could he? Well, the queen and the jack are missing. Could it be the queen is here and the jack is here?
Partner played the ace of hearts and then the king of hearts. That's your clue right there, guys.
There's your clue. She's trying to tell you. What does your partner have in hearts?
Queen.
Your partner has a doubleton, ace, king of hearts. They only have 2 hearts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And this one would have what? So lead a heart, your partner can probably over-trump the dummy, right? They can lead a club back and you lead another heart and they can over-trump the dummy. The point I'm trying to get at is the fact that your partner played the ace of hearts at trick 1 and then the king means they only have 2 of them. And I see people doing this all the time, and it's very, very, very wrong. When you have that, and your partner leads the suit or the opponents lead it, you don't win the trick with the ace. You win the trick with the king. Even if you're going to play the ace the next time. It's the same thing if I back up over here. If you're on opening lead, everybody in here plays ace from ace king now, right?
Plays what?
You lead the ace when you have the ace king. Nobody leads the king when they have the ace king, right?
Right.
25 years ago, most people did.
Yeah.
But now everybody leads the ace when they have ace king. So if you have that, you lead the ace. If you have that, you lead the ace. If you have this, you lead the king. And then the ace. That means you only have 2 of them. So if your partner can get in the lead, you want to trump the next one. If you play it backwards, it means you only have 2. So if you lead the king and then play the ace, it means you only have 2 of them. And you want to trump the third one. If you had more, you would have played the ace. It's the same thing when you're defending. When your partner leads the suit and you have this, trick 1, you play the king, not the ace. When you play the ace, it denies the king. Doesn't it? Even if you're going to play the king the second time, playing the ace the first time denies having the king. And now when you play the king the second time, your partner should wake up and realize you only had 2 of them. That's the only reason you should play the ace the first time. And I see people, when they have something like this, their partner leads the suit, they play the ace. Well, there's several things wrong with that. First of all, playing the ace first and then the king means you have a doubleton, not 4. It means you only have 2 of them. That's one huge thing that's wrong with it. The other thing that's wrong with playing the ace is your poor partner, especially if it's me, has a limited brain power function. And when they laid a low card and you played the ace, the first thing they started doing was saying, well, my partner played the ace, so the king is down here. And they start trying to figure out who has what. And then at trick 2, 30 seconds later, when you play the ace, your partner says, crap, I got to start all over again. I've wasted all this brain power, and now I've got to start all over again. That's why you don't play the ace the first time. it messes your partner up, because when you played the ace, your partner should have said to themselves, well, the declarer has the king, because my partner played the ace. So they start thinking about what everybody has, and then you play the king and your partner says, all that was wasted, all my thinking was wasted. That making sense? Don't waste your partner's brains. They're limited. So when you're trying to win the trick, it's not like you're leading. You don't win the trick with the highest card you can. You win the trick with the lowest card you can. Right? We worn that one out. Okay, we decide to lead this suit. It goes 3 deuce, and our partner plays the queen. When they played the queen, we said, well, the jack is down there, right?
Yeah.
That's why you don't play the queen, you play the jack. You play the lowest one, so your partner knows where the rest of the cards are. Now there's no... If you play the jack and this one wins the ace, does your partner know where the queen is? Yes. They know where the queen is because you have the king, and certainly if this one had had the ace queen, they would have won the first trick with the queen, not the ace, right? But if you play the queen, you just screwed everybody up. Now your partner's going to think the jack is down here. So it's the same thing when you have the ace and the king. When you're trying to win a trick, you win it with the lowest of equals, not the bigger. And do that even if you're going to play the other big one next.
Unless you have the ace-king doubleton, then you play the ace. So, unless you have the ace-king doubleton over here, you
If you have an ace-king doubleton, you play it backwards.
yeah, okay.
Just like if you're on lead and you have the ace-king doubleton, you don't lead the ace, you lead the king, and then the ace.
But if you have 3, you lead. Okay.
Playing them backwards means you have a doubleton. Playing them the normal way means you have 3 or more. 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. On lead or following suit. If you do it backwards, it means you only have 2. So if you're on lead and you lead the king and then play the ace, your partner ought to think that's funny, right? Because when you led the king, your partner thought what? You have king, queen? They thought the ace was down here. They don't have it. And then when you play the ace, now that should wake them up. Okay, so doing it backwards means you have a doubleton. Okay, here, say we leave the 3 and it goes 2, queen, ace. Our contract is 3 no trump. Where do you think the king is?
I don't think we know.
Well, if we get in the lead again, should we lead another one? Well, I went 3, 2, queen, ace. And now if we get in and we lead another one, what happens? 10 wins, doesn't it? And if our partner had the king, we want to lead another one. But how do you know whether your partner has the king or not?
Who would have got the ace?
We know if they play the king, we know they don't have the queen. Because they're never going to play the king when they have the queen, right? Okay, but here, they would play the queen if they had this. Or if they had this. They'd play the king, the queen in both cases.
Yeah, well,
They should never play the king if they have it. I mean, if they have both of them, they should never play the king. So if they had that, they would play the queen. And if they have this, they would play the queen. How do you know which one it is? Well, your clue is you have to put yourself down here in this person's position. If you had that, and it went small, small queen, would you play the ace? If you were in 3 no trump, and they led that suit, and it went small, small queen, you'd hold up, wouldn't you? Now you would play the ace. So if you put yourself in their shoes, which I know is not easy to do, and it takes practice, but if you can put yourself in their shoes, they'll tell you what they have. Because with this, they would have won the ace. The trick one, if they had this, they'd hold up. Nobody wins the ace when they have ace and 2 little ones or ace and 1 little one, do they? They always hold up. So the way you tell the difference is you have to put yourself in this person's shoes. And you can do that if you get used to it. The thing you know is if it goes small and your partner plays the king, you know they don't have the queen. That's the cinch. You're not so sure if they play the queen whether they have the king or not. So now you have to ask yourself, will this person hold up? And that will kind of give you a clue. But just get in the habit of, when your partner leads a suit or the declarer leads a suit, win the trick with the lowest card of equals. So your partner can kind of place where the rest of the cards are. And if you play the highest one when you're following suit, not leading, but following suit, then you're going to get messed up. Or your partner is. Your partner's going to get frustrated.
If you have the ace and the king over here, double them. You play the ace.
You could play the ace and then the king.
Okay, that's
If you had both of them.
Okay.
Even if you had three.
If you had three, you would play the king and then the ace. The only time you follow suit with the ace and then the king is with doubleton. And it's the same thing on opening lead. If you're on opening lead and you have the ace king, you lead the ace. The only time you don't lead the ace is when you have a doubleton ace king. So if you lead the king and then play the ace, it means it was a doubleton.
Just the opposite of leads. Yeah.
It's just the opposite. And you're leading the ace from the ace king on opening lead. But in the middle of the hand, you don't lead the ace when you have ace king. You lead the king in the middle of the hand, or a trick two. Okay? That leading the ace only applies on opening lead, not in the middle of the hand, or not at trick two. So if your partner leads a suit and you lead the first trick, and then you lead the king of another suit, you could have the ace king in the other suit. And you're telling your partner what they can lead back.
It doesn't matter how many in that case.
When do you hold up in a suit contract?
In a suit contract, you don't want to hold up and get your ace trumped out. That's definitely wrong. You don't want to hold up and then get your ace trumped. Don't let them win the first two tricks and trump your ace. Generally in a suit contract, you only want to hold up once, and you do it when say you have this. We're playing in spades and this is a heart suit. And this person over here opened two hearts. And they lead the king of hearts. Well, since they opened two hearts, you know they have six of them, right? Right here, if you win the first trick and lead something, and this one gets in, they can lead this heart back to their partner, and their partner can lead the third round of hearts, which they can trump, right? Well, if you can't trump high on the dummy and keep them from over-trumping, you don't want them leading that third heart. So now you can hold up the first trick. Since we know this one has six, now you can hold up one, and when they get in the lead, they won't have a heart to lead back. Because we held up the first one, won the ace on the second one, and now this hand's out of hearts. So they can't lead one back. Is this helping? This is kind of hard to explain. And it's not real clear cut. But when you want to hold up, and you don't want that to happen to you. Now, if you think the suits are divided 4 and 4 or whatever, it won't do you any good to hold up. The only time it does you good to hold up is when one hand has a double. Maybe we have this. Now, if this one opened 2 hearts, you can't hold up because their partner can trump the second. But if they don't have 5, now you can hold. I mean, if they don't have 6, now you can hold up cards. And if they have 5, you can prevent that. And maybe you can discard one of these on a long suit. Okay, is this helping? Knowing when to hold up in a suit contract is tougher. And generally the time you want to do it is when it looks like one of them has a doubles and they can trump the third one. And what you're trying to do is prevent the hand with a long suit from getting in and leaving another one. Okay?
Yeah, Monday, my partner had 2 of the suits, and he queen, but he was on opening lead every week. No,
No, you only do that with the ace king.
okay.
Okay? Don't do it with the other ones. Your partner will get all screwed up. When you try and be tricky like this, all you do is mess your partner up. There's a real art to knowing when nothing your partner can do is going to make any difference. And that's when you should fool the declarer. But most of the time when you're on defense, it's more important not to fool your partner. Okay?